Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock!
We go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Matt Moscona here today at Marucci Hitter's House. Alondra's on site. Jordan and Paul back in studio. We're glad to have you hanging out with us. At the bottom of this hour, so 30 minutes from right now, our buddy Billy Embody is going to stop by. Billy covered LSU for a lot of years, but you might remember he was actually a punter at SMU and now covers SMU. And last night, the New Orleans Pelicans drafted an SMU basketball player. So Billy's going to join us, not to talk about football, but actually about Jaron Pierre, who the Pelicans selected 58th overall. So we're looking forward to that conversation here in 30 minutes. By the way, when we're here at Marucci Hitter's House, dudes here are awesome. They always hook us up with swag to give away. And there are Marucci World Series hats. What is this hat? This is like this is Marucci Records. Look, what is that? Is it just like a one-off? It says Atlanta 2025. Anyway, whatever. Those are awesome. So two hats, two different styles of hats. Let's see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 hats right there. So first 11 people that come through the door say, give me a hat, you get in a hat. A guy who I know loves a good hat is Ross Jackson because he got one of those. Ross, what was the hat that you made me get you when we were at the Super Bowl this year? They mailed it to me. What was it?
Oh, that was the backyard baseball.
Yep. It's still sitting on my desk at my house. So I got
it. I guess I should come up to Baton Rouge sometime, huh?
Or you should have just done what we talked about in the Bay Area, which was you take that one, and when they mailed me the second one, I would have given it to Rivers. But instead, being the very polite person, you're like, no, Rivers, you take this one. It's like, no, that's not. That was an inefficiency in the system, Ross.
No, that inefficiency is fine in light of politeness in all cases. In all cases.
This is where Ross and I are different humans. This is
that was Rivers' hat.
No.
It was already bestowed upon Rivers. I was not going to take it. That would have been rude.
That's actually not true. It was a hat that the Backyard Sports folks gave to me when I was doing the interview. I did not want the hat because I don't know anything about Backyard Sports, never played it. And then you both were like, oh, my God, I want it simultaneously. And that's when that happened. And then you're like, no, Rivers, you take it. And she's like, no, we'll get the other mail.
Ty goes to the runner, and Rivers is the runner, man.
That doesn't make sense. I mean, Ty goes to the runner, actually. By the way, that's not actually a rule. Did you know that? There is no rule in the book.
No, I didn't know that.
There's actually not a rule in the rule book, believe it or not. Okay, let's talk about other stuff. How about your 53-man roster projection, taking a look at the offense? This is up at LouisianaSports.net, by the way. If you want to check it out, you can always get it for free. This was an important time, I guess, or an interesting time to do this because all the offseason work now is done. So there's a pre-training camp roster projection. What was the hardest position offensively to project?
Yeah, I think the toughest one, it was really kind of running back just because of the uncertainty around Alvin Kamara. It kind of has this built-in wrinkle to where, you might want to keep 4 running backs, but you might not be in position to do so because the team might not be moving forward with, any number of those running backs as well. So I think that was a big part of it. And then even beyond the Alvin Kamara piece, the Kendre Miller, will he, won't he be healthy going into the season? All these other things, question mark, kind of came up. And as Travis Etienne Jr. joins, he bumps guys like Devin Neal and Audric Estime, who were really vital to the team's running game towards the end of the season, down because, of course, he jumps up to the top of that pecking order. So I think running back was the one that was the most challenging to sort of figure out how to suss out.
So you have Kamara among the 4 backs. You do not have Kendre Miller. How do you think this all play? Like, if you would just elaborate, explain how you think this is all going to play out.
Yeah, I think part of it right now is looking at where does the pecking order start going into training camp. And as we look at what that pecking order is, we have to look at who participated, who did not participate. Alvin Kamara participated. He has made it very clear that he wants to be a part of this roster. How the Saints hold up their side of that, we'll see over the coming weeks. But then the Kendre Miller portion of it was that he was injured all throughout and wasn't on the field outside of a couple of, walkthrough snaps and things like that. And so I couldn't rightfully put Kendre Miller in there as an early piece of the projection, although training camp should provide him the opportunity. And as I've been told, he's expected to be good to go to start training camp. Now, whether that means that he's full go week one, or if he's just full go day one, or if he's just kind of on the field day one, we'll see. But my understanding is that he'll be ready to go as training camp begins. And so now he can change that by being on the field during training camp. But just looking at the off-season practices, who participated, who didn't participate, it didn't make a lot of sense for me to have Alvin Kamara off, Kendre Miller on.
Okay, if Kendre Miller is healthy, participates, and makes the team, assuming Kamara is on the roster, at whose expense does that come?
Yeah, I think that's where the conversation has to start at Devin Neal and Audric Estime and these guys that are trying to vie for roster spots. And this is where the NFL moves so quickly, right? Devin Neal was going into his second year chilling over the course of the offseason, right? Like, oh, man, there's a chance that I'm the second guy in this room, depending on what happens with Alvin. And then all of a sudden, Travis Etienne Jr. gets signed. Ty Chandler gets signed. C.J. Donaldson gets signed. Kendre Miller's coming back from injury. Alvin Kamara's still on the roster. And then you're like, oh, no. This isn't what I thought this was going to be. And so it gives you a little bit of an idea of how quickly things change in the NFL from prospect to reality. And so I think that then you have to start looking at those guys and what happens with the special teams contribution. Which of them are able to contribute more on special teams? That's where Ty Chandler potentially enters that conversation as well. And then now you're starting to figure out, okay, who are you most likely to be able to get to the practice squad if you're not going to have them on the active roster? So really that conversation just comes down to sort of that duo or trio, if you include Ty Chandler's special teams acumen, it comes down to a conversation of those guys if both Kamara and Kendre Miller are on that roster.
Ross Jackson's our guest, Locked On Saints podcast, LouisianaSports.net. So read, listen, watch, all free. He's at Ross Jackson NOLA. So if running back was the toughest to project, I would assume receiver was the easiest to project?
Yeah, that one was pretty simple because really the only question was how many do you keep? Do you keep 5 or do you keep 6? And with one of those guys, Barryon Brown, former LSU Tiger, go Tigers, that ends up being a guy that can be a primary returner for you. It makes it sort of logical for you to maybe keep an extra receiver there, what we would call an extra receiver, with 6 as opposed to 5. And so kind of looking at the way that everything panned out over the course of the offseason, you assume they're, Chris Olave, Devon Vele, Jordan Tyson are, of course, at the top of that. And then you have your 2 rookies in Bryce Lance, drafted in the 4th round, and Barryon Brown, who's set to be your primary returner. Those guys are on the roster. That's 5. If you keep a 6 right now, Jalen Polk was the guy that looked the most polished over the course of the offseason training camp portion. So for the early foundation set, it feels like he would be the guy that right now maybe has that sort of early lead on that final spot with other players like Kevin Austin Jr. and Trey Palmer and others looking to compete by the time you get to camp.
What about offensive line? You have them keeping 10. So we know the 5 starters are entrenched. That goes without saying. Walk me through what you're looking at there with the backups.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is it depends on Alan Herron, the Maryland undrafted free agent tackle, who they gave a $276,500 kind of guarantee on his undrafted free agent contract, which is a pretty sizable guarantee to give. That's typically indicative of a player that you'd like to get to the active roster, or a player that you had to kind of bargain with and compete with other teams in order to sign. So letting him go to the practice squad might be a little bit trickier. So he's the reason why there's 10 instead of 9 there. And so for me, keeping Dylan Radins, that's your 6th guy. He's your swing player that can play guard and tackle. He can be your jumbo set guy as well. That's an easy one. Torricelli Simpkins right now is set to be the backup center. You would like to have a primary backup center on this roster. We saw the value of that in Luke Fortner last year. So I think Simpkins is the guy that can kind of bolster up to that. And then Austin Richards is really the only other guy the Saints traded for him during the preseason last year from the Dallas Cowboys. He's really the only other guy that's taken tackle snaps for this team that's not named Calvin Banks Jr. or Taliesin Flonga, because those tackles were mostly healthy throughout the season last year. And so it was sort of just figuring out, okay, who are the guys that have the most playing experience, have the most exposure, and who do you keep around? And then the wild card was the Alan Herron of it all, the player from Westmoreland, Jamaica, who signed as a UDFA, didn't miss a single game during his collegiate days, an overall just really athletic guy that they're really, really excited about. He was kind of the biggest wild card for right now. I kept him on that 53-man roster projection, But if the Saints feel comfortable about being able to swing him over to the practice squad, you could potentially see them keep 9 there instead of 10.
Okay. Great stuff as always. Get him at Ross Jackson Nola. You can listen or watch for free. Locked on Saints. Of course, you can always read his work at LouisianaSports.net. Thank you, Ross. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, buddy. Take care. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.
All right, man. We'll do it again soon. It's After Further Review. We're here from Marucci Hitter's house. We're glad you're hanging out. We'll knock out a quick break and continue. It's hour 2 of AFR.
AFR.
REV, Rev Fiber, RevFiber.com, RevFiber.com. Listen, there are a few things more annoying than slow internet service when the little wheel is spinning. Rev can take care of that. RevFiber.com. If it's for your home or for your office, remember, internet, home automation, security, phone, cable. My wife still has a landline. Nobody's here to judge, but if you want a landline, they can do that for you as well. RevFiber.com. Backed by the security of an all-fiber network, lightning-fast internet speeds, and great prices, and local service. It's RevFiber. So check them out online at RevFiber.com. That's so you can get connected with a local rep, and they'll get you quoted on your sales price and all that sort of stuff. It's RevFiber.com. Remember, there's never a fee when you switch. So log on today to RevFiber.com for your home or for your business, REVFiber.com, RevFiber.com.
Rouge.
River Parish Contractors, RPContractors.com, RPContractors.com. Listen, if you're looking for work, especially skilled blue-collar labor right now, we all understand it, man. It is in demand. There are a lot of places looking for people. So maybe you got a great job, and that's awesome. And if you do, I'm fired up for you. We're talking welders, pipe fitters, tackers, cutters, crane operators. I mean, they need you. And when you're talking about River Parish Contractors, there's so many advantages. The hourly rate, as much overtime as you want to work, full benefits packages, paid time off, and you're home every night. You're home every night. The Fab Shop is right there in Reserve. All their work between Chalmette and Baton Rouge. You're home with your family for dinner. You want to see your kids' games, all your kids' games, you'll be able to do it when you work at River Parish Contractors. Check them out, rpcontractors.com.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona. Presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at DecisionCriticalVR.com.
Glad to have you rolling along with us here on a Tuesday edition. God, what? Oh my God, Alondra, I just said Tuesday edition. Earlier I said Monday, and now I just said Tuesday. Like,
I'm gonna really need you to stop setting us back.
No, I'm going forward.
No.
Sorry.
I don't want that either.
Oh, man, live in the moment. It is Thursday, and we are presented by Decision Critical, and we're at Marucci. Shout out, we just gave away 2 of the hats. So we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 hats. Whatever.
Can you talk about that bat, too?
Oh.
Sorry, I meant to tell you that during the break, but you were busy.
What is this?
It is a...
it's a Victus. It says Beacon on it.
Mm-hmm, it's pretty cool.
What is this? It's a what? Oh my goodness, dude!
Pretty sick.
I wish, look at the Statue of Liberty on that with the red lipstick.
She got a chain on
with the red lipstick, like Taylor Swift, who's getting married in New York. In New York. Although, don't tell my wife that because she keeps telling me I'm fake news.
I think they're spreading fake news to throw people off the trail.
You think Travis and Taylor are?
Mm-hmm.
So, by the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, many people probably know that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged. They're about to get married. Well, I read about this today at Pro Football Focus. It's or not Pro Football Focus, excuse me, Pro Football Talk. Florio they're on their rumor mill page. It's something I look at every day just to see what NFL news is going on, if there's something relevant.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that's where I found this story, which I'm about to talk about in a second, because it does dovetail into this.
Okay.
All this because of the pink lipstick on the Statue of Liberty. So there's this, apparently, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have reserved Madison Square Garden for July 2nd and July 3rd. They have like a 100-person event on the 2nd, and it's like 1,000 people on the 3rd.
Whoa.
So, yeah, and they're like blocking streets and whatever in New York City. So I think the expectation is they're probably having like their rehearsal dinner or whatever for, on the first night, and then the wedding the second day.
Right.
Well, Erica, my wife, who's the biggest Swiftie in the world, please call her.
Okay.
She refuses to believe that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce would dare get married at Madison Square Garden. I'm like,
to be fair, that feels very tacky.
it's the world's most famous arena.
Yeah, but why are you getting married in an arena?
I don't know.
I'm gonna call Erica.
You think they're just throwing them off the scent? All right, you call Erica. Anyway, come get this bat at Marucci, which is awesome. And it's got, dude, the drip on it. The stuff the kids have now. Like, I was just fired up when, way back in the day, there was like a red, white. Warren Morris hit a home run with that red, white, and blue bat in 96, and every kid wanted that bat. And then it's like, I mean, now, look, that's unbelievable. Shout out to Victus, our friends here at Marucci. Okay, well, she calls Erica, and then there's another story I have to tell Erica about in a second. So we'll call Erica. Quick reminder about Evermore, EVAMOR, Evermore.com, Evermore.com, EVAMOR. Drink Evermore. Always have my Evermore here. Stay hydrated this summer when she probably doesn't know it's you calling. So text her and be like, answer the phone. Drink Evermore. Hey, Siri, text Erica. This is how we do it right now. This is unbelievable.
To Erica.
No, I don't want to say that.
I won't send it.
Oh, God. I was talking about Evermore. I was trying to text my wife, tell her to answer the phone because we're on live radio. This is what happens here. You think I'm ready for vacation in a big way? Drink Evermore. You should do that. We'll take Evermore with us on vacation. We'll pick it up wherever we are because it's awesome. They have national distribution. They're an amazing product. Healthier alternative, natural artesian water, tastes great. No matter what you're doing this summer, cutting the grass, playing sports with the kids, drink Evermore, EVAMOR, Evermore.com. God, I wanted to, in this segment, she sent you straight to voicemail? Bruh. Oh, wait, she's texting me back. I said, answer. She's texting me back. Why do you think she's not answering?
I don't know.
Oh, she's on hold with CVS.
Oh.
No.
She just ruined our whole bit.
Call them back. There. Anyway, all right. I was hoping she would answer the phone. Okay, all right. She said, all right, call her back. Call her again. Call her again. Okay. I was like, call CVS back. What are you talking about? She's trying to get Drew's medicine. I know. Trust me. My wife,
Priorities.
My wife, like, she is a hero. The amount of stuff that she does for Drew and the medicine and the doctors and all this stuff. I mean, Drew needs a personal assistant. My wife does that. She's incredible. So, okay, all right, she's on hold. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Can you pot her up? We got to pot her up. Okay, hey, babe.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
I was just singing your praises. I just said that everybody, like, you're on the hold with CVS and that you're a hero because Drew needs a personal assistant, and like you do all his meds and all his doctors and every schedules, and it's incredible. So I'm sorry that you hung up, but this is important.
That's okay.
This is important.
Okay.
So Alondra and I were talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce getting married at Madison Square Garden.
They're not getting married at Madison Square Garden.
Okay, then I need you to explain this to me. Okay, the link I sent you earlier is from Pro Football Talk. It's Mike Florio. It's a very reputable. Like Mike Florio's on the Sunday Night Football, NFL on NBC. Like, he's a very reputable guy. And he says that they have reserved Madison Square Garden for the second. Because I know you just read the headline. You didn't read the story. You're a headline reader in that respect. But it said
correct.
There's 100. They have Swift and Kelce reserved Madison Square Garden for 100 people on the second and 1,000 people on the third, and they have blocked the streets around Madison Square Garden for their events. What do you think that is then?
I just think it's fake news because I always see things like that, Matt, that I tell you about, and you're like, that's not real.
But Erica, this is a reputable news organization reporting that Madison Square Garden is reserved. And
I heard their streets blocked off around there, like they have permits and stuff.
Yes, well, these are all things that's public record.
Oh, well, I don't know, Matt. Maybe. I mean, I just think it's It just doesn't sound like what I would think they would do. But
What do you
I
think?
guess I
That's what
don't
Alondra
technically know them.
I think it's tacky.
That's what Alondra said. She thinks it's tacky.
Well, I think the big event, like I guess the intimate, the 100 people event, like I just would have figured to be somewhere else, but maybe, I don't know.
See, I think.
I don't even know what is Madison Square Garden. I don't even know what it is. Is it a garden?
So,
I mean, I've been to New York 100 times, but I don't know that I've ever been there.
you have been there. You went there with me.
Oh, it's the basketball arena?
It's the basketball arena.
No, they're not getting married there. There's no way they're getting married inside a basketball arena.
Why not?
Zero chance. Because they're not doing that.
It is the most famous arena in the world.
The Coliseum.
No. This is like Madison Square Garden is known as the most famous arena in the world, the world's most famous arena.
I found it kind of dingy.
Which
in there.
It is an old building, but it's also right in the middle of Manhattan. Like you can't exactly just like build. There ain't a lot of land to build, and
I would do Central Park if I was her before I do that.
But then you're out in the public, and everybody's around.
They could get like Tavern on the Green. They could do something way better. I don't think it's a wedding. I really don't. She did not consult me with the planning of this. That's for sure.
Hey, so the super odd thing about this as well is like I was literally in this segment also going to mention this in connection because do you know the you're going to be so excited, babe.
What?
I'm going to let Alondra read it.
Oh, God.
Alondra, you read the highlighted first line.
Okay.
Read the highlighted first line.
NFL-themed Christmas movies have become an annual staple for Hallmark Channel, and this year the Bears will be the featured team.
They're doing another.
Bears?
The Bears, the Chicago Bears. They're doing another Hallmark Christmas movie.
Good. That one was kind of cheesy, but
You
with the
didn't
hat,
like it? It had Mama Kelsey in it.
Yeah, but the hat was just kind of silly. Like if they didn't wear the hat, I love some Hallmark movies, but I didn't. And I thought they were going to be in it, but they weren't. It was just like a kind of like, it was okay. It was like one of the lower Hallmark Christmas movies, I would say.
But Mama Kelsey was in it.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of hers.
Ooh.
I don't not like her.
What's your beef with Mama Kelsey?
I don't not like her. I'm not going to like it because of her. That's not why I'm going to like something. How are you even talking about this right now? Are you on air?
Yes. So here's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I was about to talk about Mason Taylor.
How's he doing?
I think he's
Is that the guy I ran into?
That is
on the field.
Erica was one of those that stormed the field after the Alabama game, and she was sitting right behind Katina, Mason's mom, for the game. Well, you could tell it. You tell it.
Yeah, but I ran onto the field because it was amazing, and I didn't realize he was the one who caught that last winning pass or whatever. And so I was just like, there's this huge guy, and it was just weird. We were like, I was up to his shoulders, and I was like, oh, hey, there's that little guy. And then I was like, oh, wait, that's the guy.
Yep, that's the guy.
Huge.
So I would like to point out.
He didn't even look dirty. He didn't even look like sweaty. He didn't even look like, he just looked like he was just like strolling along with the other million people on the field.
So
anyway,
I would like to point out two things. As I often say that I married a woman that knows nothing about sports.
Which is a lie.
You push back. In this last 5 minutes, you have both said you do not know what Madison Square Garden is, and you did not know that Mason Taylor played football.
Okay, I knew he played football. I didn't realize that was him because I thought he'd look a little more sweaty and a little more dirty from like just winning that game. He looked like he was just having a little stroll,
Mm-hmm.
He didn't fit the part.
And you also wore an orange and white
checkerboard
tank top.
No, that is only because I was going to see No Doubt. That has nothing to do with Tennessee.
And I warned you as we were leaving the house, it looks like Tennessee. And you were like, no. And literally everyone was like, that looks like Tennessee.
I know. That was a mistake. I know. I had a solid orange tank, too. I should have just gone solid orange.
So you asked how we got down this. So we're here at Marucci.
Yes.
We're here at Marucci today. And they just handed me this bat. It's a really cool bat, by the way. And it's got, it's a Victus, and it's... what you call it? Design? It's like I don't know if it's custom, but it's anyway. There's the Statue of Liberty on it, and the Statue of Liberty has a chain, is wearing glasses, and has like bright red lipstick on it. And I was like, like Taylor Swift. And so then I went down the Taylor Swift rabbit hole, and that's how this whole thing started.
Okay.
And then I told
All right,
Alondra,
well.
call Taylor. Call Taylor. Yes, that'd be great.
Oh,
if you called
God.
Taylor.
Can you imagine?
That'd be
Hey, Tay-Tay.
Hey, call Taylor and
Got you. Don't worry.
ask her if they
Yeah.
Oh, we did meet her in Nashville.
ask if they're
The fact that you just mistook me for her, I mean, is kind of crazy. It's kind of amazing, but
No, we did not mistake you for her.
you did. You just called me. You called me Tay, and so I kind of like it.
So what Alondra was referring to is when I was doing AFR in Nashville, and after the show, we went to dinner, and there was a singer in the restaurants playing an acoustic set and singing. I took a picture from, I don't know, 100 feet away and sent it to you like,
Oh,
oh
yeah,
my
you
God.
tried convincing it to me. Yeah,
And
I was not believing that for a minute.
Yes, you were, actually.
I don't think it was.
Yes, you were.
I don't know, Matt. I don't remember that. I just remember asking you to request Lover.
Request a
That's all I
song.
remember. In case it was real. But then I knew there was no way.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you for...
Okay, they're not getting married at the basketball arena. It's dingy and dirty.
I
Goodbye.
agree.
What happens if they are getting married at the basketball arena, however?
Okay, well, good for them. Then good for them. They're not too good for themselves. Then I mean, the fact that she's shutting this.
Garden.
It's a dirty basketball arena. I mean, did you see how he
I mean, there's
proposed? It was
seats
in, like
everywhere.
a beautiful garden in his backyard. Like it's going to be floral. She's not getting married in a basketball arena.
What if she does?
That's just silly. I'd rather her get married like on the Chiefs field or something than in a basketball arena.
What do you think? That's like you and me getting married in the radio studio. What do you think?
Yeah,
Not at all.
I don't. No, it's not at all.
So exactly. So what do you think is going down then?
I don't know. I think she has some big announcement on GMA. I think tomorrow. So, or did that already happen? I haven't seen anything about it. So she has some big announcement on Good Morning America.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see, Matt. We'll see. But I'm glad that you're locked in for sure.
I mean, I thought you might have an answer, but the fact that you're
It's
calling...
not. Did you see what Danae put on that? She said fake news as well, and she's got like all the inside hookups and scoops. So I trust her way more than me.
You said
And
fake
Danae said
news,
fake news, and then she said 100%.
She just, yeah,
fake news.
she liked your fake news thing. But
She
neither
100%
of you
did it.
clicked the link and read the article. Like, one thing is factual.
Oh,
This is factual.
Well,
This is factual. Those two have reserved Madison Square Garden on July 2nd, when I'm going to be in New York, by the way, and July the 3rd, and they've shut down streets around the arena. So they are having some event there.
yeah, it's a party or something.
Sure.
They're not having a wedding there.
Naturally, yeah, sure. Lots of people just reserve Madison Square Garden for a party. Happens all the time.
Well, when you're them, you can.
That's true. All right. Well, thank you.
Now that I knew it's a desirable place. I mean, I wouldn't really want to go back there. We went that one time. I measured my hand up against that big guy's hand or something. I mean, that was about it. I remember that part. Well, I was pregnant. So, anyway, that's what I remember from Madison Square Garden. There's some big guy's hand. Carmelo Anthony, maybe, or somebody.
I think Melo was with the Knicks at that time.
Look at me. Okay, my wife doesn't know anything. I just
You
pulled
don't.
out
You know
some
ball.
name that no one even
She
knows.
does not know ball.
Nobody knows Carmelo Anthony. No,
Thank you, Alondra.
you're right.
That's exactly my point. I pulled a name nobody knows. Carmelo Anthony is a Hall of Famer. He won a national championship at Syracuse, part of arguably the greatest draft class
Married
ever.
to
Call up any
Yeah,
other random girl and ask them who Carmelo Anthony
nobody
is,
knows
and no
who
one's
Carmelo
going to know.
Anthony is. Oh, my God.
No other female
But I'm
will.
not-
Yeah, you
Husband
and your
of Lala.
sports brain.
But I'm not judging it based on what a normal female. I'm saying, would you know sports? That's the point. All right, I have to go. I'm late for a break. Thank you.
Goodbye.
All right, see you later. That's Erica. Tell me that wasn't worth it.
It was.
I know. It's worth her hanging up with CVS. Okay. Do you think Travis got the ring at Lee Michaels? Hopefully. If
He was smart.
If he's smart, he would have. Because you're going to get a great selection and a great price. I mean, I don't care that you're Travis. Like, you make Travis Kelce money. You don't make Taylor Swift money. You know what I mean? So you better get something that's awesome, but also at a great price. That's why you go to Lee Michaels. 9 different locations: Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Shreveport, and online at lmfj.com. lmfj.com for Lee Michaels fine jewelry. Maybe you go to box stores, it tends to be cookie cutter. You go to the boutique jewelers, you don't have as great a selection, and you're going to overpay. You go to Lee Michaels because it's that perfect in between. They're big enough to have the selection that you want. If they don't have what you want, they'll find it. They can't find it, they'll make it. And you're going to get a great price and still the Lee Michaels experience. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. All right, we're halfway home here on a Thursday edition of AFR, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. We are at Marucci's Hitter's House. You want to pop on by, come see us. We'd love to have you come on, pop in here, take some swings in the cage. It's been awesome, man. See a lot of the kiddos popping through today in their uniforms. You know, a lot of games and leagues. Maybe come take some hacks before you head to the ball field, or any time you can. If you're a member, swipe the membership card. You got your private access, private cages. It's awesome here. And, of course, here in the storefront, they got everything you want. Bats and gloves, cleats. We saw earlier those vintage cleats are pretty cool. You want to check them out, you can here at Marucci Hitter's House. All right, it's after further review. We'll now got a quick break. When we come back, oh, man, we are so late. We're supposed to be talking to Billy Embody already. Oh, God, we're late. Got to go to break. Billy Embody next, AFR.
AFR.
All right, it's after further review. Our Thursday shows here. We love telling you about our friends over at River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. Spell it out, O-N-E, 1hourbr.com for River City's 1 Hour Air. Y'all, it's hot outside. It is 94 degrees right now. I don't even know what the heat index is, but the air temp's 94. It's here, y'all. Summer's here. It's hot. It is brutally hot right now. Make sure your AC is ready to roll for the warm weather months. Give them a buzz at 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. That's where you can find them online. They'll come out to the house. They'll always come out nights, holidays, weekends, and never charge you extra to come out nights, holidays, weekends. Got an issue with your AC? Call River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com.
The Pelicans had one pick in the draft. They selected Jaron Pierre out of SMU, originally from New Orleans. So Jaron Pierre's heading home. Our friend Billy Embody, covering SMU, joins us now to talk a little bit about Jaron Pierre. Billy, how are you, dude?
Doing well, Matt. Good to hear your voice on the radio.
You as well. Man, it's admittedly a little odd that I'm not asking you recruiting questions right now. Let's just start with it, with Pierre. Give us the thumbnail overview of Jaron Pierre.
He is exciting. I mean, he is an absolute bucket, in terms of how the kids would probably put it, so to speak. But uber athletic, explosive, one of those players that gets the arena going a little bit whenever he's got the ball in space. There were a couple times last year where he took off from the free throw line and threw down a tomahawk dunk. It was honestly nuts. And SMU kind of had a run there of a few draft picks in the late 2010s. And I kind of said before this year, I'd watched some practice. I said, this is by far the most athletic player SMU's had since Shake Milton, Semi Ojeleye, Sterling Brown, kind of that group that came through. And sure enough, it took him a minute to get Andy Enfield's system, especially defensively, was kind of I would say a challenge at times, but he could absolutely fill it up. By far, I would say the most athletic player on the team. And this was a team that had a really good backcourt. And I just think he's somebody that if he buys into everything as far as being a pro, playing defense, doing all of those things, he's got a chance to be really, really good. But, I mean, he did some things to a couple of Miami players in the second half when they were kind of charging back late in the season, put the ball between a couple guys' legs. I mean, it was just kind of wild. And this is coming off of a year that he had led the entire country in points at Jacksonville State. So he can absolutely get his 6'5", 215 or so. And again, like you said, from New Orleans, so I'm sure he's excited to be home.
Billy, it's interesting you mentioned Jacksonville State. Well, SMU was his fourth school in 5 years, from Southern Miss for a couple of years to Wichita State to Jacksonville State to SMU. Do you know much about him prior to his time with the Ponies?
Yeah, I think just one of those guys that kind of got caught up into the basketball world of portaling after each season. That's just kind of the world it is on that side of things, I feel like, especially at that level that he was at for so long. He was trying to get to that next step, found it at Jacksonville State and really got rolling. And that was when his recruitment became a high major deal. I think it was SMU. I think Ole Miss was involved, Louisville, a couple of others, and his NIL price tag was pretty high. So he got a good payday for his final year of college eligibility, and he took advantage of it. Went into the ACC, and SMU had needed to replace some guys in the backcourt that had logged major minutes, had a bunch of experience, and he was that explosive athlete who could shoot it well from beyond the arc and also get to the rim and cause some problems and stress a defense. So it worked out for both sides. I think they got what they wanted out of it. But I think he is very much one of those players that as he kind of rose up through the ranks in high school, couldn't really get to that high level, but was a super raw kid who found his way and just happened to bounce around a few programs. I think the main thing is he will have to buy into playing defense and doing some of those things, because at the NBA level, you've got to give that a little bit of attention. And at SMU, this was a team that wasn't very good defensively as a whole. So it probably wasn't necessarily the best environment to take up that side of the court, but he lets his offense do a lot of the talking, and his expression of how he's doing mentally is a lot on the offensive side of the court.
It's so interesting, Billy, because the Pelicans just hired Jamal Mosley, who is by nature a defensive coach, so that fits interesting. I know you don't cover the Pels, so I'm hesitant to ask how he fits in New Orleans, but maybe a better question that's maybe broader is, how does he project on an NBA roster?
But he's athletically what you want. I mean, he's absolutely going to fit in. He's not going to be out of place. I think when we saw him turn it on at times last year, I look back at the Louisville game. He had a really strong performance against a talented Louisville team. He had a big game against Texas A&M. I mean, I think he scored 35 points. I know they went to overtime, but you might have to look it up and fact check me on this, but I think he scored 17 of the last 18 points or something crazy like that to will SMU to a win. So he's got that dog. I think the first interview I did with him, he actually said, "I'm a killer, and you better feel bad for the other team on the other side of the court if you're not wearing our colors." So very much is a quote machine too. So he's got that in him. But I think when you get him into an NBA system, the goal here is to obviously get the athletic talent that he has to show a more consistent level of defensive ability, like he showed in spurts last year. It just wasn't a total part of his game. So if he does that, he's got the tools to be a really, really good piece.
He's at Billy Embody, covers SMU for On3. Last thing, team guy, locker room guy, how does he fit?
Yeah, he's pretty funny. He's pretty funny character. Like I said, kind of a quote machine. I think he's gotten to experience an NBA lifestyle, living in a bigger city this past year, living with a lot of money. So he's got that under his belt already. But I think if he buys in, that's to the team aspect, to doing all the things that Mosley will want him to do, especially on the defensive end. That'll get him into that good graces, and he can kind of feed off of that. Again, he's been such a scorer, especially the last 2 years, that you got to make sure you probably nurture that the right way if there's an adjustment period, or if he plays down on a two-way kind of situation. I'm not sure if they had immediately signed him or not, but I assume he'll probably be on some sort of a two-way situation at least to start. So if he goes down, you want to make sure you're nurturing all of that so that he stays on task, he stays focused. I mean, he was at SMU for a year. It was his final year of college eligibility. So I know it was an adventure at times to make sure he was doing all the things he needed to in terms of class. But that was, that's kind of the life when you have that last year. You're coming off a year where you scored the most points in college basketball. You probably feel like you're headed to a professional league at some point, not necessarily worried about what exams you got at the end of the year.
He's Billy Embody. No more exams, man. So even go make a basketball team and get buckets. Designated bucket getter. Got to have those. At Billy Embody, y'all give him a follow. Thanks, man. Great to chat.
Anytime, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Yep, it's our pleasure. We're here at Marucci Hitter's House. Thursday shows are presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing, and I always Love reminding you about Shaw Bills. You know, Eric and I, next Friday, a week from tomorrow, we head to the beach for our family vacation. If you've got anything going on with your vehicle, make sure you bring it to Shaw Bills. You need your oil change, bring it to Shaw Bills. Tire rotated, bring it to Shaw Bills. You need to buy new tires if it's time. Get a little treadbear there. Make sure you bring it to Shaw Bills. They'll treat you like family. It's part of their operation since they opened their doors in 1968. Mr. Charlie said we're going to sell name brand tires at wholesale price, and we're going to treat you like family. That's Shaw Bills. Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills. We keep you rolling. Hey, Alondra. Think they don't listen? I just got on Twitter from Pop Crave, who I don't follow Pop Crave. It's just, I guess, one of my For You, whatever. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have reportedly filed a permit request to close streets around Madison Square Garden July 2nd to 4th, according to now TMZ is in on it, and several members of the Kansas City Chiefs have booked hotel rooms in the area for the same time period. Tell me, they didn't get married at Madison Square. What are they doing? They was having a party at Madison Square Garden before the wedding?
Maybe.
They're throwing everybody off the set?
Yes, that's what I think.
I mean,
everybody's going to sit in the seats or what?
On the floor.
So then they're just there?
Yeah.
Everything's so tacky about it to me.
She's got to have something planned. What if they're putting like the Eras Tour stage in there? Like, what if they're setting up the stage?
Well, again, that's like you and Erica getting married in the studio.
Our studio ain't the Eras Tour stage.
No, really
if it was that, I'd be like, she dives in the my God, she dives in the thing. Yeah. I mean, I went to that. Did you go to that show?
I did.
I went to that show. It was pretty
I
fire,
went to Vegas.
Man. Why'd you go in Vegas?
It was like one of the first ones.
I still don't know how you didn't get your behind on a plane to Vegas to go watch No Doubt.
I don't want to talk about it.
But then again,
I respect that you're respecting my boundaries and not telling me about it.
Meanwhile, I'm getting texts from my friends about the Orange Army in Kansas City right now. I mean, FOMO. Major FOMO. All right, it's after further review at Marucci's Hitter's House. We'll wrap up hour number 2 next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Jaron James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. If you are thinking about selling your home, call Jaron James, get your home sold. 335-7666, 335-7666, 335-7666, or agent225.com, agent225.com. Listen, it comes down to this, all right? If you need to sell your home, everyone knows a realtor. Your mom's a realtor, your aunt's a realtor, your cousin's a realtor, your neighbor's a realtor, your friend's a realtor. Maybe they do it part-time. Maybe they sold a couple of houses. If they list your house and don't sell it, well, that's going to make Thanksgiving dinner really awkward, right? With Jaron James, you never have to worry about it because he guarantees he's going to sell your home, and he's got his communication guarantee. If at any point you're not thrilled with the level of communication or customer service, fire him. Let you out of the contract free and clear, no questions asked. And no one has ever taken Darren up on that because he's the best. Agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Jaron James.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at DecisionCriticalBR.com.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Thanks for hanging out with us here. A little LSU football talk coming up right after Sports Center. But first, Jordan has the honors. Tigers and the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
All right, so Naz Reid, LSU basketball's Naz Reid, as he was traded today to the Charlotte Hornets, as the Timberwolves will now receive LaMelo Ball and Josh Green. And Naz Reid and a haul of draft picks will go to the Charlotte Hornets. The draft picks going to the Hornets include Minnesota's 2033 unprotected first-round pick, 3 first-round pick swaps from 2028, 2029, to 2030, and 3 second-round picks 2029, 2032, and 2033. So next, Dylan Cruz, he went 0 for 4 with 1 run, 1 strikeout as the Nationals lost to the Phillies 5-4. He's batting on the season, 212. Aaron Nola, 5 innings pitched yesterday, 5 Ks, 3 hits, 2 earned runs as the Phillies beat the Nationals 5-4. Nola on the season has a 5.58 ERA with 82 Ks. Alex Bregman, he went 0 for 3 with 1 strikeout, 2 walks as the Cubs beat the Mets 10-5. And Bregman on the season, 224 average, 6 home runs, 25 RBIs. Gage Jump, my guy, lefty. 5 innings pitched last night, 9 Ks, 1 walk, 0 ERA as the A's ended up falling, to the A's, to the Giants 2-1. Jump on the season, 2 ERA, 35 Ks. And Grant Taylor, 1 inning pitch, 1 K, 2 hits as the Guardians beat the White Sox 4-3. And Angel Reese last night to wrap it up, she had 10 points with 12 rebounds with 4 assists and a steal. But the dream unfortunately fall to the Golden State Valkyries. So that's Tigers in the pros.
Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com. Remember, this is industrial Generac generator power. That's what you get at Arco Power Systems. Storm comes, power goes out. You got a standby generator for your house. What do you do for your business? That's where Arco comes in. Everything is turnkey. They sell, service, install, rent, industrial Generac generator power. Any type of business, commercial, industrial facility, government, municipalities, you want Arco. Home base in Baton, not far from where we are, just up the road in Airline Highway at I-12. East to Mobile, west to San Antonio, north to Little Rock. Draw a giant circle anywhere in that footprint. They got you at Arco Power Systems. ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. We're going to grab a quick break here. We'll get you caught up on national headlines from SportsCenter. Team USA an hour and 5 minutes. No, I'm sorry. The Dutch are an hour and 5 minutes away from playing in their soccer match in Kansas City, and I'm having major FOMO on that. And we will get you counting down to I'm late. We're counting down to Team USA playing at 6 o'clock.
AFR.
I totally blew right through that. My bad. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and that's sometimes the danger of being on remote when you're not like just staring at a clock. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. Southpointvw.com. That's our friends over at South Point Volkswagen. As a matter of fact, literally, while Jordan was doing Tigers in the pros, Brad Bove over at South Point texted me, how's everything working out with the cross sport? He's a business manager over at South Point. Helped me a few weeks back when I got traded in my old cross sport for the new 2026 cross sport. Look, you're going to get great customer service, but the thing about Volkswagens, we tell you about it all the time. They're great vehicles. Great German engineering, manufactured here in the USA. Highest safety designation you could possibly receive. SouthPointVW.com. SouthPointVW.com.